Joseph, welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Tisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Man says African marriages in America are failing. They're failing. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
Why are marriages breaking in America? Why are marriages in the African community, African marriages breaking? Why? When I talk about African marriages, I don't mean Black Americans. Black Americans, they are not part of this topic. I'm talking about African migrants who migrated to America or in Europe. Why are their marriages having a high failure rate? Why? And this is my honest opinion and observation. So my first case study is recently, about some few months ago, here in Dallas, in Texas, there is this guy who brought the girlfriend from Cameroon. He's a Cameroonian guy. Him and the girl, they have 2 kids. They are not married. When he usually goes back to Africa, to Cameroon for vacation, they had 2 kids, but they are not yet married. So he decided to bring the girl to America so they could work out life together.
What do I tell you, passport bros? Go ahead and find a chick, no matter where she's at, Africa, Thailand, whatever. In my opinion, the worst thing you can do is bring her to this country where they force tea down your throat. Let's listen to what happened.
And the worst part is, the girl used a Mexico road. That means, you know how Mexico road, he spend a lot of money. The guy spent a lot of money. I can say approximately like 10 to 15 million fans to bring this girl
Through the Mexican border? Is that what he's talking
to America. And behold, 3 weeks after this girl arrived, this girl had to run away from the house. This girl did not only leave the guy, this girl got this guy arrested after 3 weeks in America. This guy was arrested and jailed for 2 weeks and then later on released, and this girl had to leave.
Damn.
You can imagine the trauma. And this is a trend. Recently, again, in Maryland, same situation. A guy sponsored a girl from Cameroon with a fiancé visa. That girl reached by the airport. The guy went to the airport to even pick up the girl. The guy could not even see the girl at the airport. They get jackpot instantly. They get disappear for airport. It means that on different part, the man can pick the girl up for airport. So this is what I want to talk about. So marriages are failing. And the ones that are failing are the ones that one of the spouse is imported. When I say imported, it means one of the spouse is imported from Africa or from somewhere else and brought to America or to Europe. Those ones are failing because we think that the best girls or the best husbands are from Africa. No, there are good women in America. There are good men in America. There are good men in Europe. There are good women in Europe. Why do you have to go through all the stress to go and import someone from Africa?
Okay, so I want to jump in right there. He says he believes the marriages that are failing the most within the African community are marriages where they import wives from Africa because they believe they're better wives in Africa. This turned into a really important video, I think, for guys who are considering doing this. When it comes to why passport bros go to different countries to find wives, it's not that they're necessarily better women in those countries. No, it's that the environment in those countries aren't set up in a way to empower the women and bring down the men. Notice how it's controversial for someone like myself to get on here on a regular basis and encourage masculinity, encourage 2-parent households, have a community of men who value those things. Brew Brothers, check the link pinned at the top of the comment section. Protect yourself legally. You can learn all that stuff there. Prepare for marriage, etc. But that's a horrible thing for a man, to empower yourself in those different ways. In the Western world, why do men need empowerment? Whereas in other countries, women aren't brainwashed to that extent, right? They're not being dripped with an IV of tea into their blood system. That's messing up the way that they think and the way that they see men, marriages, relationships, etc. So it's not that they come here and they get messed up because they're necessarily bad women, or the women here are necessarily inherently bad. It's what they are taught. It's the way women today are raised to look at relationships. It's the selfishness that's encouraged, so that they're not raised up to be wives. And a lot of these chicks who are in these other countries, they become, I've told you guys, especially African women, If you take an African woman, bring her over here to the States, they become some of the most staunch feminists I've seen, hardcore feminists I've seen, even more than the African American women. I found my wife here in the States. She values the same thing that I value. That is rare to find a woman in this country who drinks coffee, but it's more to do with the environment than anything else. And a lot of African families do break up when they migrate here. A lot of marriages fail. If you're in the African community, you know this. You see this for yourself. Let's keep listening.
to bring to Europe to marry. The chances are 50-50. 50-50 that the person you're bringing is going to be good to you, because 90% of those spouses or those girlfriends or boyfriends you have in Africa, their main objective is to jackpot. They just want to leave Africa. So they're going to be good to you. Whatever you say, they're going to do it. They're going to be nice to you. You're going to see
That's
them as
fact.
angels.
That's fact.
And once they succeed reaching here, their destination, America or Europe, they will leave you. They will run away.
Right.
And that is what is happening. The trend is wide now. The women are leaving the men, men are leaving the women. It's happening.
So he's saying there's a trend of women seducing men over here. And these are probably African men who have come here and have looked around and said, man, these women are crazy. So they're saying, I need to find a woman back home in Africa. And they're me, pick me. Why? Because there's more opportunity here in the States, in the US. There is a lot more opportunity than other countries. They get a better life. They have more opportunity as a woman, right? They understand this, which is also why I don't understand how a lot of Africans, and this does happen, they'll talk down on a lot of African Americans like the people here aren't living better than the people where they come from. You know, and I think a lot of people here, especially Black people who were born here, what he termed as Black Americans, don't really understand this. They see a small percentage of Africans and they think that represents the whole of Africa. It doesn't. It doesn't. And you have to really put things in perspective. You're seeing the small percentage that had the ambition to be able to, and luck, to be able to migrate to this country. It doesn't take away from the greatness of African countries. I love the US. I love Zambia, my country where I was born. Africa is a great continent. But I think there's a lot of confusion there when people see immigrants and they think, oh, look at these hardworking immigrants. They're not all like that. In fact, the majority of them aren't as hardworking as the ones that you see here. So do not allow immigrants to talk down on you if you are a Black person here in the US. Let's keep listening.
There are good women in America. There are good men in America. There are good women in Europe. There are good men in Europe. The angel you know beside you, the devil you know beside you is better than the angel far away. The devil you know beside you is better than the angel far away. Look for your own demon beside you. Buy your Tylenol. Look for your holy water. Be pouring it on them. Be drinking your Tylenol for headache. And you can have a peaceful life. If you bring from Africa, it's disastrous. I'm not saying that it doesn't work out. Some work out. But 90% of it is disastrous.
Right.
90% is disastrous. So look for a woman. Look for a woman where you are. Look for a husband where you are. Stop this trend of going to Africa to look for women and bringing them to America, my dear. You are just looking for a death wish.
Or, do what the passport bros are doing. This is not me telling you what to do, but, there are guys who are going to go to other countries and find wives. Just don't bring them back here. I mean, when I say bring them back here, I mean here to stay, to settle.
They are looking for a death wish. These women that are coming from Africa, these husbands that are coming from Africa, they just want to jackpot. Once they reach here, the mindset changes.
Right.
And also, as a warning, don't think that men or women in America that they are good. Oh. Some men, some women here have attitude problem. You, the woman that is coming from Africa, or the man that is coming from Africa, you may actually be the good person, but the demon you're going to meet in America, you're going to meet a demon, because the attitude is, the mindset is,
This man's been through it.
when someone from Africa, from Europe or from America brings someone from Africa, they think that they own that person. You get the point? So they want to control that person. They want to monitor that person. They want to dictate to that person. And most of the time, it doesn't work because the person from Africa, when he or she starts learning his rights or her rights of freedom, free speech, and stuff like that, the next thing is they're going to fight you. They're going to fight you. You can't dictate to them because you brought them from Africa. You can't do that. And that is what is happening most of the times. So it's usually not even the people, the spouse from Africa. It's usually the spouse who is based in the abroad, in the Europe, in the America. That is the problem. So please look for someone beside you. Get married to someone that you know, that you people can see each other, people can talk. Stop importing people from Africa or from wherever to bring them to America, and then you start complaining at the end that this person is bad, this person is bad. You may even be the problem. So share this video, help someone, let someone learn the lesson, because a lot of marriages are breaking. A lot of marriages are breaking, and it's because of mistakes like this.
All right, let's check out some of these comments with people out. Say first comment here says, if going back home to find a husband is the only way to be married, I'd rather remain single. It's okay to struggle with the guy here than going to bring someone to frustrate me. Yeah, you're gonna go find your own problems and bring him here. Nah. Somebody else here added, even girls face that bringing men here who later leave them. Oh, okay. She's saying girls also go through the same thing. They'll go find a man, bring him back, and then he will leave. This is true. Somebody else here added financial stress. So the person says, tell them they are good in America and Europe. So she's saying they're good women here and in Europe as well. Yeah, I don't know about that. And when I say that, I don't mean they don't exist. But there are definitely less wives in Western societies than they are in other countries. Do you ever hear of people in Africa coming to find wives here and wanting to take them back, or the wealthy? Or people from the Middle East coming to the US to find a wife? No. What are they coming here to do? To get easy sex, because that's what modern, hey, let's talk about it. To party, they're coming here to get laid because they know the cheeks are pretty much free. But they're coming here to participate in low-level fun activities, not coming here for things that have any substance or value in most cases, other than money. Can you find that here? Yes. It's not what I'm saying, right? I want to be married if that's the case. But there is a lack of marriageable women. Somebody else here added, this is sad. I pray that couple who are in long distance relationships, intentions are pure and genuine from both sides. This chick says, my aunt husband, as she sponsored to come here in the US, left us at the airport in New York. Whoa. Back in 2003, when we went to pick him up. Somebody else here says, where did he go? She said he went to Kansas, not knowing he had his childhood girlfriend living there, and lied to my aunt that he had no one in the USA. Eesh, some people are just evil. Yeah, some evil stuff. Somebody else here added, wow, I heard of these stories all the time at work. All right, guys, that's it. Of course, I'm curious to know, what do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you as always for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pot. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.